Welcome to Season 3 of You're Not Alone with Townsend. My name is Townsend, and if you've followed my journey, you know that I'm not only a musician, but I'm also a mental health advocate. I use my platform to help spread awareness, love, build community, and simply help people feel less alone in their struggles. In the last couple of years, I've had the chance to interview people from all over the world about a huge variety of mental health topics, and I cannot thank each of you enough for helping us continue to shine a light on the world. Every other week this season, we're bringing you the best interviews we've had. Make sure to like and follow this podcast if you're enjoying it. And if you want to keep up with everything we've got going, follow us on socials at Townsendtmusic. Hope you enjoy. What is up, everybody? It is Townsend. I'm so thankful that you hopped on to listen to You're Not Alone with Townsend today. Today, we're going to be chit-chatting with somebody named Sara. If you're on TikTok, you've probably seen her pop up. This girl is all over my page. And so I did a little deep diving and researching like I love to do. And I fell in love with her story and what she's using her platform for. Today, we're going to be talking about a car accident that Sara had and what happened from there. But I'm not going to tell you too much. I'm going to let her introduce herself. So first off, Sara, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. I'm excited.
Absolutely. It is such a pleasure. Okay. I always like to let my guests kind of introduce themselves. So this is anything you want to share. So maybe your age, your location, do you have children, whatever you want my listeners to know about you.
A disabled athlete who has a fatal loss from a almost fatal car accident. I have 2 girls and I'm 37 years old.
Okay.
I am a Christian and I am a volunteer.
I love that so much. Yeah. So you said a disabled athlete?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Okay. What kind of sports do you like?
Well, I walk a lot, but I love swimming and soccer and basketball, anything with a ball.
Yeah, I was about to say, in your videos, you look incredibly, like you've got an athletic build. You're very in shape. And so I wondered how you stayed in shape so much.
Yeah, I go to the gym most days now for my therapy. So
yeah, so you stay fit. You make people like me look bad, Sara. Like you're all fit and...
I go with my neighbor most days because I am disabled, but I am in shape to prove a point that people can do anything.
Oh, I love that so much. Absolutely. So Sara actually hops on some lives. If you have TikTok, you know what that is, but she hops on and a lot of times you'll share your workouts, like you'll be working out and talking to people. And I think that is so cool. And just your resilience and your perseverance are so impressive. So let's go ahead and share your story. You mentioned just a second ago that you had a car wreck that was almost fatal. What happened?
Well, my car went off the side of the road and flipped 5 times. I had no airbags and my seatbelt didn't latch like it should, so it hit my head on the windshield, giving me a TBI.
Wow, goodness. How old were you when that happened?
I was 29.
Oh my, so it's not been that long.
No.
Oh.
I actually turned 30 in the hospital.
Oh, what a birthday.
No, I was in the hospital for 8 months.
Goodness gracious. Really, if you think about it, that's not that long for what you went through. Are you enjoying this conversation? This project is funded by patrons and sponsors, so if you like what you hear and you'd like to help us continue changing lives in 2024, we would love to have you join the family. Reach out to us at townsendtmusic@hotmail.com if you'd like to be a sponsor, or hop on patreon.com/townsendtmusic to join the patron family. As a thank you, you're going to receive extra podcast questions and content every episode, discounts, exclusive content, and so much more. So join the family and let's continue changing lives. Okay, so your car flipped like 5 times and it caused what we call a TBI or traumatic brain injury. Now, there are 2 types of TBIs that a lot of people talk about, a closed TBI and an open TBI. Do you know which one yours was?
Mine was closed.
A closed
'Cause
TBI.
mine is a diffuse axonal TBI, which is very severe. I did some statistics. I looked up some statistics
I
like
love
a
it.
long time ago,
Uh-huh.
and I found out that 90% of people with my type of injury never even wake up in
Wow.
their coma. I was in a coma for 3 months.
Wow. Holy moly. So you were out of it for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So for those that don't know, an open TBI is exactly what it sounds like. It's an open injury. A closed TBI, you can't see it from the outside, but it just means there's damage on the inside. And also for people that don't know, a TBI, basically it's a brain injury sustained from physical trauma or an external force, right? I think that's the definition of it. Yeah. So it can affect people in all different ways. What did recovery look like for you, Sarah? So you were in a coma for 3 months. Were you able to talk, walk?
When I woke up, I remember waking up and being so scared. Like I I didn't know where I was there.
I bet.
So I remember I tried to scream and I could not scream because I could not talk.
Wow.
I had to learn how to do everything all over again. Like so I was in therapy for years,
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
and now I go to the gym most every day.
Amazing. What a blessing.
Mm.
So
Well,
people don't understand like the extent of that. You had to learn how to talk, how to walk, I'm sure how to eat again.
yeah, I had to learn how to do everything. Like everything you can think of, I had to learn. Mhm.
Wow, goodness gracious. Okay, so what do you feel like some of the major differences you've noticed since your accident? So, for example, do you feel like your personality has changed?
My personality has not changed, not one bit,
Really?
but my taste buds have changed some. Like
Okay.
now, I'm okay with eating healthier and like being more cognizant of being healthy.
Before that, you didn't?
No,
You just wanted junk food?
I was not healthy,
Yeah,
and
sure.
now I am.
Yeah,
But also something that's big is my faith.
yeah,
My faith has been really big since my accident,
yeah,
and now I have a relationship with God.
yeah. So you feel like, do you feel like you got saved after your accident?
Yeah, I do.
Wow, that's
Well,
amazing.
and also, like, I don't focus on what's wrong with me,
Yeah,
but like how I'm different. I think that's important for people to focus on getting better, and
mhm.
the steps to getting better, and do not focus on the problem.
Absolutely. I think that's everybody. We could all focus on the negatives and what we don't have. And that's why I love your page so much is every day Sarah will hop on there and a lot of times you'll throw out like a motivational word or inspiration somehow and just seeing how much you've overcome. It's very it makes me feel like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. So I love your positivity. Were you a positive person before this accident?
I was, but not to this level.
Yeah, I love it.
Because I feel like now I have purpose.
Yep.
No, because like now I can help people and now I can motivate people. Like I feel like this all happened for a reason, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge believer in things happen for a reason. We may not understand them yet,
Mhm.
but you are definitely changing lives, Sarah. I know that for sure. Like I said, you caught my eye when I caught your page. Um, okay, so did you say you had two children?
I do. I had two girls,
Okay, that is wild. So you had them before the accident, I assume.
of course.
Okay.
When I had my accident, they had just turned 2 and 7.
Okay, they're young.
So they were small. And like I'm so lucky to have a mom that has helped me. to raise them well,
Hmm.
and she just is awesome.
I love it. So you've got pretty good family support, huh?
Yes.
I love that. Absolutely. Are you able to live independently? Like, what does your level of help look like now? You know, because we talked about in the hospital, if somebody had to help you with everything, what about nowadays?
I can't drive,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't need help with driving, but I probably could live alone, but I don't want to.
Yeah. Sure.
That's something that, like, I love my family.
Oh,
I love having people around, so I never want to live alone.
yeah. I love that. So physically, you could do it.
Mhm.
Okay. I love that so much. Yeah. Well, that's amazing. Sarah, what a recovery. Like, how cool that you're sitting here talking about a girl that laid in bed completely unconscious for 3 months. That's pretty amazing. And now, something that I was curious about, did you struggle or do you now? There's a thing called aphasia that happens a lot of times with a traumatic brain disorder or traumatic brain injury. And it's where you have trouble understanding people or you have trouble expressing your wants and needs. Do you feel like either of those were affected?
Well, I have aphasia, but my aphasia is like I cannot. It's hard for me to talk and express myself. So like my talking is is physically hard for me to get it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, my brain knows what I want to say all the time. I can write, but it's physically hard for me to talk.
Yep. Yep. So expressive aphasia a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. So it wasn't as much what they call receptive aphasia, so understanding. You
Mhm.
feel like you understand real well, but can't
My
get it out.
cognitive, my cognitive stuff is really good,
Uh,
but it's hard for me to express it.
wow. How frustrating.
Um, it was like torture. Like I knew, like before I could talk, I knew what I wanted to say.
So that's really interesting. What do you feel like helps you the most? Do you feel like just practicing talking, like your TikToks and
Well,
things?
well, honestly, like when I was bad, my kids, like I could not talk to my kids, so I I felt motivated to talk to them. So, like it's like torture to not be able to talk to your children. So I I would wake up every day and practice for them because I want to talk to them.
Wow. That gave me goosebumps. That's amazing. Were you always like super disciplined?
Well, not like this.
Yeah. I can imagine that'll strike up some discipline.
Mm.
Absolutely. Wow, that's amazing. Amazing. Do you feel like your diagnosis or your TBI, do you feel like it's caused any secondhand problems? Like some people have trouble sleeping or trouble with memory.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have trouble sleeping.
Yeah.
I have trouble with my vision, but not with vision acuity.
Mhm.
Acuity, like I took vestibular therapy, which like when you move your head while you're
Uh,
walking,
mhm.
that's vestibular.
Okay.
So like I had vestibular problems,
Yeah.
but it was not problems with my vision acuity.
Right.
Problems moving my head while walking.
Yeah. Yeah. So like when you look from left to right, like we do without even thinking about it, maybe it throws you off a little bit.
Yeah. That's it, exactly.
Okay. But you can see clearly when you're looking ahead.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. That makes
And I
sense.
can and I can read,
Yeah.
but but it's hard to when I walk and stuff. That's what's hard and throws me off.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's pretty common. That's something that I hear a lot. So I've I've worked in therapy as well and with a lot of physical therapists. And something I see with TBI is that exactly you look from side to side and it almost throws you off a little bit. So you were talking about some statistics, and something I want to throw out there is it's typically more males than females. And I think it actually used to be something significant, like 3 to 5 males per one female getting a TBI. And so guys are getting it more. A lot of people say it's from taking chances and being, a little bit more risky than women, but who knows? And then there are over 5 million Americans that have a disability from a TBI. So I want people to take that information and realize like this is not uncommon. This is something that a lot of people struggle with. And so I love that you're on here spreading awareness, that you're being positive and just showing people like, hey, there's some me behind these disabilities and I want to be seen that way. So I love that so much.
I want to show people that recovery is possible.
Ooh, girl, yes.
Because, like, doctors are knowledgeable, they don't give you hope,
Yeah, sure.
So I want to give people hope
I love
that
that.
recovery is possible.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Now, what do you wish people knew? And maybe it was that. What do you wish people knew about your diagnosis?
That you can get better. That your life can be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That your life can be normal again.
I love that. Absolutely. Yeah. Sara, I've seen you on your social media page talking about your kids and your family and going to church and even dating. So, I mean, you live a pretty normal life. Look at you lighting up. I see you over there.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love just the positivity you spread and letting people know, like you said, you can live a pretty normal life and you can look past the negativity.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you get through the tough days? I always like to ask my guest, what does self-care look like for Sara?
Okay, so I love food. So good food,
Yeah.
God, and laughter.
I love that. What kind of food? Like what's your favorite?
Oh, I love breakfast food. That's my favorite. Pancakes, of course, but I also have a sweet tooth,
Uh-huh.
a bad sweet tooth.
Yeah. Me too. Oh man, if we hung out, we would eat so much trash. It would be ridiculous. I have a terrible sweet tooth. I'm trying to do better with it, but you talking about pancakes like makes me want some.
No, I know. Well, I also, like, I'm trying to be healthy,
Yeah.
So I make protein pancakes.
Yeah.
They're good.
Uh-huh. I've had those before and they're actually pretty good.
They're good. They're like a treat.
Yeah. And you put a little peanut butter on them, give you more
Yeah.
protein. Girl, that's it. Now, where have you found, like going through all of this, something for my listeners, where did you find the most support? Because I'm sure going through that was pretty scary.
Well, I have support everywhere, from my home to my neighbors to TikTok to my church to Girl Scouts. I would say you have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And you have to, because that's the only way you're going to get support, is to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Because that's what I do with TikTok.
Yeah, no kidding. What made you want to be like, what made you make that leap of, okay, I'm just going to be vulnerable?
I knew that I was going to recover.
Yeah.
So I wanted to document it.
Wow.
And so then, like, people, I got people above me. So I got so much support.
Yeah.
Like, I was just being myself. Like, it felt really good.
Yeah. How cool. I love it. There are always trolls on there that just tick me off.
Yeah.
Everything, even mine. Like you can post something about music or something positive, and there's always going to be those trolls. But you've got, I don't know, I didn't look at the last number, but hundreds of thousands of followers that just love your journey.
Yeah, like I see, I'm real bad about, like, if someone says something mean, I like to be nice to them.
Yeah.
And like, I like to, like, don't say that stuff on my page.
I know.
So I'm gonna be nice to you and call you out.
I don't know how you're nice. Some of those people, I just want to flick their nose. You know what I mean?
Hi.
Yeah, they're so rude. Yeah, but I love it so much. Sara, if you could, I'm kind of curious. I know we didn't talk about this before, but if you don't mind, I'm kind of curious how you came to be closer in your walk with God. That's something that I find very interesting. What made you make that choice?
I love this question.
Hey, well, go for it, sister.
When I was at home in my hospital bed, like after I had my accident, so when I was in the hospital for 8 months, they sent me home when I could not do anything. So it was hard because, like, I thought I'd be home and be okay,
Right.
but I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned to God and I prayed out loud for the first time ever. And I said, God, change my life. And then He said to change your life. So I did.
Wow.
I started working hard, and changing my own life. And He helped me.
Yeah.
So, little by little, I started getting better. And I knew that He was helping me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. So you said, I think earlier you said like 90% of the exact thing that happened to you is fatal or they don't get better. That's pretty amazing.
They don't wake up in their coma.
Don't wake up. Yeah. What even worse? Goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm.
So what a miracle you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I really want to show God that I was thankful,
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I do what I do.
Do you feel like, even though it's been several years, do you feel like you're still showing improvements?
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
Like okay, so this is awesome. Yeah. So just recently I started taking showers by myself.
Okay.
Standing up and taking showers.
That's amazing.
So stuff like, and like also I recently started being able to change my earrings by myself.
Hey, that's a big deal.
Yeah, like it's exciting.
Heck
but like
yeah.
my right arm, my right side is my affected side. So my right arm could not go up to my ear before, but like I've been working so hard on that, and now I can. So
wow. And I want people to realize, like, you said doctors don't provide a ton of hope or they try to be realistic and not fill you with a bunch of hope, but it's been years and you're still showing progress. Just so cool. Sara, you are just such a miracle. I hope you know that. I hope when you wake up you think, man, I'm about to change somebody's lives, because you do. You change people's lives every day, and I just appreciate you so much. Thank you for sharing your story with my listeners.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Where can people find you, Sara? Where are you sharing all of your stuff?
Well, I'm on Facebook, but on my TikTok is SMB31287.
31287. You got it. Yeah. Follow her story every day. There's a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation. It'll make you feel better. That is for sure. All right, guys. So you know how this works. With every guest, we continue to ask a few more questions. So we're going to hop on my Patreon. So if you want to hear the rest of the questions, we get a little bit more personal. So go to patreon.com/Townsendtmusic. That's also how we keep this podcast and this platform going. If not, we will catch you next time.
If you'd like to hear the rest of this interview, visit patreon.com/Townsendtmusic. And don't forget, you can also watch the interviews on our YouTube channel at Townsendtmusic YouTube.
If you're looking to buy or sell, I have the perfect realty company for you. Clark & Co. Realty is located in the Benton, Bryant, Arkansas area. And they understand that buying or selling a home is more than just a transaction. It's a life-changing experience. That's why their team of highly seasoned real estate professionals is dedicated to providing exceptional, personalized services for all their clients. They truly take great pride in the relationships they build, and they always work relentlessly on the client's behalf to help them achieve their perfect real estate goals. They always have the client in mind, and I can speak firsthand when I say how reliable, trustworthy, and quick they were. When I was looking to buy my first home, they were there with me every step of the way, answering every question I could think of. They showed me a great amount of knowledge and patience through the process. It's no wonder they've won so many awards for their outstanding services and their excellent relationships with clients. So if you're looking to buy or sell, there is no better option than Clark & Co. Realty.